Hi, welcome to my home studio, which is also my sunroom. The sun is slowly setting. It's nice and warm in here after that windy day. And I see that Rosie Black is here, and so is Elias. I'm so glad you guys are here to read along with me. I'll post you guys to the screen real quick. There's Elias. And then here's Rosie. And then Elias says hi back to Rose. All right, tonight we are reading pages 26 through 34. So I hope you have your copies of Desperaux handy. Hi, Olivia. I'm glad you're here too. We are going to be reading chapter 4, Enter the P. Despero's brothers and sisters soon abandoned the thankless task of trying to educate him in the ways of being a mouse. And so Desperaux was free. He spent his days as he wanted. He wandered through the rooms of the castle, staring dreamily at the light streaming through the stained glass windows. He went to the library and read over and over again the story of the fair maiden and the knight who rescued her. And he discovered, finally, the source of the honey-sweet sound. The sound was music. The sound was King Philip playing his guitar and singing to his daughter, Princess P. Every night before she fell asleep. Hidden in a hole in the wall of the princess's bedroom, the mouse listened with all his heart. The sound of the king's music made Despero's soul grow large and light inside of him. Oh, he said, it sounds like heaven, and it smells like honey. He stuck his left ear out of the hole in the wall so that he could hear the music better. And then he stuck his right ear out so that he could hear better still. And it wasn't too long before one of his paws followed his head, and then another paw. And then without any real planning on Despero's part, the whole of him was on display, all in an effort to get closer to the music. Now, while Desperaux did not indulge in many of the normal behaviors of mice, he did adhere to one of the most basic and elemental of all mice rules. Do not ever, under any circumstances, reveal yourself to humans. But the music made him lose his head and act against the few small mouse instincts that he was in possession of. And because of this, he revealed himself. And in no time at all, he was spied by the sharp-eyed Princess P. "Oh, Papa," she said, "look, a mouse." The king stopped singing. He squinted. The king was nearsighted. That is, anything that was not right in front of his eyes was very difficult for him to see. "Where?" said the king. "There," said Princess P. She pointed. "That, my dear P, is a bug, not a mouse. It is much too small to be a mouse." No, it's a mouse." "A bug," said the king, who liked to be right. "A mouse," said the P, who knew that she was right. As for Desperaux, he was beginning to realize that he had made a very grave error. He trembled, he shook, he sneezed, he considered fainting. "He's frightened," said the P. "Look, he's so afraid he's shaking. I think he was listening to the music. Play something, Papa." "A king play music for a bug?" King Philip wrinkled his forehead. "Is that proper, do you think? Wouldn't that make this into some kind of topsy-turvy, wrong-headed world if a king played music for a bug?" "Papa, I told you he's a mouse," said the P. "Please?" "Oh, well, if it will make you happy, I, the king, will play music for a bug." "A mouse," corrected the P. The king adjusted his heavy gold crown. He cleared his throat. He strummed the guitar and started to sing a song about stardust. The song was as sweet as light shining through stained glass windows, as captivating as the story in a book. Desperaux forgot all his fear. He only wanted to hear the music. He crept closer and then closer, and then closer still, until, reader, he was sitting right at the foot of the king. The next chapter is called What Furlough Saw. The Princess P looked down at Desperaux. She smiled at him, and while her father played another song, a song about the deep purple falling over sleepy garden walls, the princess reached out and touched the top of the mouse's head. Desperaux stared up at her in wonder. The P, he decided, looked just like the picture of the fair maiden in the book in the library. The princess smiled at Desperaux again, and this time Desperaux smiled back. And then something incredible happened. The mouse fell in love. Reader, you may ask this question. In fact, you must ask this question. Is it ridiculous for a very small, sickly, big-eared mouse to fall in love with a beautiful human princess named P? The answer is yes. Of course it's ridiculous. Love is ridiculous. But love is also wonderful and powerful, and Desperoux's love for the Princess P would prove in time to be all of these things: powerful, wonderful, and ridiculous. You're so sweet, said the princess to Desperaux. You're so tiny. As Desperaux looked up at her adoringly, Furlough happened to scurry past the princess's room, moving his head left to right to left, back and forth. Cripes, said Furlough. He stopped. He stared into the princess's room. His whiskers became tight as bowstrings. What Furlough saw was Desperaux Tilling sitting at the foot of the king. What Furlough saw was the princess touching the top of his brother's head. Cripes, shouted Furlough again. Oh, Cripes, he's nuts. He's a goner. And, executing a classic scurry, Furlough went off to tell his father, Lester Tilling, the terrible, unbelievable news of what he had just seen. And that is where we will leave our characters for tonight. I can't wait to ask you some trivia questions tomorrow and come around and collect your answers. I know, I think, Olivia, you said you didn't give me one today. If you did not get a chance to answer the trivia question today, you can always get me the answer another day. And I see Gabriella and Sarah are here. Hi, girls. I'm glad you were able to join us. And I'll see you all tomorrow at school. Make sure you finish all your homework and go to bed early. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good evening.